Hello, my darlings. Oh my gosh. It's Design on the Fly Day. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous about this. Oh my gosh, but I won't get too far into it until we've got some eyes here on the page. I hope everybody is having a great Thursday. The sun is shining. You guys, it poured down rain all night last night. Yesterday I had the worst sinus headache ever. And I woke up this morning and the sun is shining and my headache is gone. And I'm just like, yay! Feels so good. And it's nice to see the sunshine. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Katie. Hi, Stacia. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tony. Big hugs to Tony. Just because. Just because. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, so nervous. You guys, it is Stump the Designer, Design Shenanigans, and I've been worried about this one. I was worried about last one too, and it all turned out okay, but I'm a little worried, not gonna lie. I think part of the reason that I'm worried about this one is because it came with instructions. That was just like, there's instructions? What now? There's instructions with this? Instructions, you say? That just made me even more anxious. So I'm going to tell you guys about it. Let me tell you. So for those of you who didn't see the last time we did Design Shenanigans, you guys, I feel a sneeze coming on. I really hope it just goes away. I'm just going to ignore it. Whew. Anyway. The last time we did a Design Shenanigans, like it is really, there is a sneeze wanting to just come on out. Ginger sent me a box of things to design with on the fly, right? I didn't know what was in the box. She mentioned ahead of time that there was a really large pendant and that there was a lot of stuff. And of course, we opened the box together. There was a ton of stuff in the box and I was so scared, but we came up with a really cool design. We did it together, right? And we came up with a really cool necklace at the end that was really beautiful. In fact, I put it in my Etsy shop and it sold right away. Like it got bought up just like that. So I'm hoping we have the same luck today, but I'm nervous. I'm a little scared. So Joan, everybody knows Joan, right? Joan Dice. She is an admin on the groups. She is one of my closest friends, and you guys might actually see her next week, but we'll get into maybe some of that in a little while. But she's the one who always posts the links. Like she helps me out. Like she does all of the things that I can't do because my brain I don't multitask very well. Right? So Joan, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That really hurt. Joan sent me a box of stuff, and I've actually had the box for about 2 weeks, and it was sitting over here in the corner behind me next to the bookshelf, and I didn't open it until yesterday. Now, I haven't looked. I will just show you. So I opened the box itself because I knew everything on the inside was going to be wrapped. But it came with there's little cards in here that say, it's 2 kits, apparently, 2 groupings of things, and like one to open by itself and one to open, and then, yeah. So that kind of stresses me. I'm like, oh, she's already got some ideas as to like what she wants me to use with what, and I just don't want to let her down. So that's why I'm a little anxious about it. But, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. The same thing we did when Ginger sent me a box. I'm going to open the packages with you guys. We'll see it all together, and then we're going to come up with something, and I don't know what it's going to be, and that just makes me really nervous because, I mean, it could go off the rails, and we could come up with nothing, right? We could do all this and still not end up with a piece of jewelry at the end, which is a scary, scary thought for me, so... Anyway, that being said, just so that you guys know in advance, there were questions the last time I did this if other people could contribute, if you could send me things for me to do another Design Shenanigans if you wanted to participate on or in Stump the Designer. And you absolutely can do that. I have a P.O. box that you guys, all of that information is on the Sara Ellis Designs Facebook page. It is also in the Sara Ellis Designs community group. That information is there for you guys in the info. And so if you want to contribute, and you don't have to, please don't feel like you have to do this by any means. But if you've got some things laying around and you've never used them and you don't know what to do with them and you think, you know what, I could send this to somebody else and they could use it. You definitely can send it to my P.O. box. Here's what my thoughts are on that. Please write on the outside of the box, Design Shenanigans or something to that effect, particularly if you don't have things wrapped up on the inside, so that I don't accidentally open the box and see what's in there ahead of time. So definitely put that on the outside of the box if you want to ship. The second thing is that if you're going to ship to my P.O. box, whether it is a Design Shenanigans box or sometimes people send me snacks for my snack shenanigans, please send me a message somehow, somewhere. You can text it now that we have the really cool text system going on, or you can send me a Facebook message and let me know so that things don't sit in the P.O. box. I used to go weekly to the P.O. box. I've gotten really bad about that now, just because I've been super busy. And so going to the post office is, I have them come pick things up, right? I don't go to the post office nearly as much, but I don't want things to sit in the P.O. box forever. So please let me know, hey, just give me a heads up. Hey, I've sent you a package, just so that I'm aware that I can keep an eye out for it. Let's see, anything else? Yes, speaking of the text messaging thing, I saw Joan was here. I don't have the number in front of me, but we have put together, yes, she is here, Katie. I have put together a new app system, which I've talked about previously, but I just want to touch on it one more time for those of you who maybe haven't caught up with the past couple of projects that we did. I have a new texting app, which means that you can subscribe. You just text your name or hi or hello to the number, and it is a direct text line to me. The first message that you're going to get is an automated message, but any message you receive after that, in fact, I forgot to send one out this morning. I apologize to all of you. But then any messages that you get after that are actual texts that are coming from me. So you can ask me questions. I can let you know notifications for when we're going to do lives and things like that. So I promise I will not ever like text you like crazy. Won't be blowing up your phone. I won't be spamming you or anything like that. It's just an easier thing for me to do than to send out the group emails, which I have been really badly neglecting. So sign up if you can. I think Joan has posted, I can't see what the comment is. Oh yeah. Okay. So Joan has posted, she's pinned it, you guys. She's pinned the number. So all you got to do is just text to that. And you don't even have to say anything other than what your name is or hi or hello. And it immediately puts all of your information into my, my little inbox, if you will. Okay. So don't worry that like you need to send some crazy message. All you have to do is just send one something to 865-205-2576, and it will put you into the system so that you can receive the text messages from me, which I think is super fun. I love it. I've had some little chat conversations with some of you, and I love it. It's just helping to further build our community. So, all right. Hi, Kara. How are you? Hi, Willow. Willow, you have the best name. I love that. Do you remember that movie back in the... Okay, never mind. All right, you guys are not here to talk about names. You're here to see me either get completely stumped with the design on the fly or make something. Either way, we're going to have a good time, and let's get to it, shall we? Can you tell I'm feeling better? My headache is gone. Yeah. Definitely, if you're going to send snacks, let me know so they don't sit in the post office forever. And guys, you don't have to send me anything at all. I don't want you to think that like you have to do such a thing, because you totally don't. But if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to adjust my tripod just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay. Christine says, open, open, open. Yep, I'm going to open. So here's the box. And there are 3 packages in the box, okay, with a little bit of instructions here. Let's see. can use for kit 1 and for kit 2, so you can open with the first kit. This one is kit 2, and it has a little thing of pearls on the top that says, please, or these go with kit 2. So she sent me 2 different groupings of things here. And, oh, I'm a little scared. I'm scared. I got my cart nearby, so I definitely will have at least some things to work with here, because you never know what's going to be in here. I'm gonna open this one first. Okay. And can I just say, I love that this is wrapped in Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine paper. You know what that means, right? You know that that means that she orders her moonshine. Joan has her moonshine delivered. She's living the high life over there. No, this may just be what's in the packaging when she goes to buy her moonshine, but we all know now your secret's out. Okay, so I'm going to open this part first. I'm going to assume this is maybe something like a pendant, or I don't know, because it's wrapped up by itself. So I'm not sure. But oh, I gotta grab my hammers. Oh my gosh. Kathleen, if you're in the house, I'm gonna grab some hammers. What do you think? I know she's here. Oh, yep. So this looks like a vintage piece, or I don't know if it's actually vintage or not, but it's brass regardless. Either a feather or a leaf, depending on what you want it to be. Yeah, we're gonna hammer on that, because why not? I mean, we could patina it and not hammer it, but I want a hammer. Just don't know if I can reach them. We'll have to look. All right. So I have to save this paper. If you order something from my shop and it is in this paper, it's this paper. Like, I didn't. I have to recycle the moonshine paper because it's just too fabulous not to. Oh, wow. Okie dokie. Oh, yeah. Let's open. So we've got a bunch of stuff in here. All right, this looks like there's some rondelles. There's some little metal in here. This is so fun. I'm so nervous. I'm loving those. Those are very bally looking. Those are crazy cool. All right, and we've got some of these little bead caps. These little folded, I love these. They sit really cool on beads in antique brass. So there's a bunch of those. Those are so fun. So when you put these on a bead, they sit like a little hat. Or you can do them this way and sit, like, make it a little nest for something. Those are super cool. Okay. Gotta keep going because there's a lot to look at. So we've got some metallic rondelles. And we have some large hole spacers here. Oh, gosh. Okay. So this is a strand of gemstones. Joan, what kind of gemstones are these? I'm real bad about gemstone naming, so I always have to look it up. Looks like citrine of some kind. So yellow, which Joan knows I struggle with, and I'm absolutely 100% certain that's why she sent yellow, because she knows I have a hard time with yellow. But these are really pretty because it's not like a yellow. It's like an amber kind of honey color. Those are gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we've got like bead soup in here, but I see like there's a big thing in here. So there's this guy. I don't even know what that is. That is super cool. Like, I can see a focal happening right away. Right? Can you see that? A focal, maybe? I don't know. I guess it kind of just depends. But like immediately that's what I'm thinking. Like this big guy. Ooh, oh, there's a couple of others in here. That guy, that might be a little bit better balance. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm like, ooh, does this go with this? Okay, I'm seeing some things happening like right here. So I could not, ooh, that would be fun. I could knot these guys Oh, I'm getting the chill bumps. So maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to sit this to the side because I'm digging that idea. Even though there's not any yellow in this, I mean, there is a little bit, right? There's like, it goes. You'll just have to trust me. You just have to trust me. This guy goes too. Okay. Okay. I'm already feeling something. So that's good. Isn't that weird? It's like a psychic. I'm having a feeling. The design is taking shape right here in my head. I feel like we're having some sort of beady seance or something. That's so funny. All right. Lots of other really fun things in here. This is my favorite kind of apricot-y orange color. You guys know I have a huge hoard of this color. I love that. This guy is super gorgeous. There is some of this goldstone in here. There's some pops of green. This is some sort of jasper. I told you I'm really bad with, I like this. Ooh, I love that. Does that go? No, but now I'm seeing other things. Why does that sound like such a weirdo? Oh, I see something else. I see something else. Oh, but it's so fun. Oh, I love it. But we have more to look at. Like I'm getting stressed. Ooh, that's a big piece of like jade, I think. Or maybe magnesite. I don't know because I'm not good at that. But there's a piece of quartz. Okay. I'm going to move all this stuff over to the side. I do have a really good feeling about this. But I'm going to move all of this up here because I still want to have access to all of this because we got to see what else there is. And on one of her notes, it says, so open with kit 1, which I'm assuming this was kit 1. This says can use for kit 1 and for kit 2, but you can open it with the first kit. Okay, so this is either going to go with both or maybe tied them together or it'll work on it. So I don't know. We're going to find out, but more moonshine paper, which is fabulous. Oh, what is that? Oh, ooh, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is paper. Let's see, these are paper beads. It's already ready. Let's see. Let's get it. There's words here. Let's read the words. There are words here. Okay, so it says buildables. Oh, crazy cool. Great for mixed media jewelry. Make and connect with your own jewelry to create new pieces. Simple twist and open and close. Endlessly interchangeable. Paper Beads by Janice Mall. And then there's May, not Mall, Janice May. And here's the information. So let's give some props to Janice May for anybody who's interested in these, because I don't know her, but I'm sure she wouldn't be mad to share her information with you guys. She's the paper bead princess, apparently. So let me tell you about paper beads, because this is awesome. This really rocks. Paper beads right now are crazy, crazy popular. So thank you, Joan, for sending this, because this is just like one really big long strand. Oh, I love it. So paper beads right now are hot. They are crazy, crazy popular. Look, even the little ones are paper beads. So these are what you would consider sustainable jewelry, even though they have metal, you know, because you've got to have the loops to connect them to something. That part really doesn't make much of a difference. It's all about the paper bead because these are handmade, right? And they are out of recycled material. And right now, trending along with pearls for the spring and summer is sustainable, recycled, you know, earth-friendly kinds of jewelry making. So paper beads are everywhere. And as a matter of fact, just so that you guys are aware, I don't know if it'll make it to the magazine or not, but I just recently submitted a design to Beadwork magazine through Beadalon, and it was a hand knotted necklace that was made out of paper beads. So you're going to be seeing paper beads everywhere this summer, particularly in these hot pops of like bright color. Yeah. Super cool. Okay, I love this because all you got to do, right? It's just simple loops. So all you do is just open and close the ends. So you can use a single bead or a 2 or 3 beads, or you can use the whole strand. And there's a lot of color here. Joan, this rocks. Why did you send this to me? You should have used this in your own jewelry. And look at the little sections. Like that whole little section right there wants to be something all by itself, right? Did you see that? Like this wants to be the front of a necklace all by itself. Like all I need is just some leather maybe for the length. Ooh, yeah. I'm loving this. Is so fun. It's so stressful. It's so fun. Okay, so I'm putting those up here. They are really interesting for sure. Okay, so now we've got one more group of stuff, okay? And there are pearls on the top, which I can see. I'm not cheating. I actually can see them. And it does say these pearls, so like there's no mystery there. Those are definitely pearls. Okay. So we've got some really beautiful iridescent. They have that beautiful shimmer to them, freshwater pearls, okay? And we have kit 2. And she said you can mix kit 2 and kit 1 together or use them separately. Oh my gosh, it's another huge bag of stuff. Joan, you sent way too much stuff. I'm not complaining though. Like, ooh, I'm seeing gemstones in here. See, that's the thing with Ginger and Joan. They have crazy gemstone. They have like a whole stash of gemstones. Those are awesome. So these are what I call dancing beads. Do you see them where they're drilled? They're drilled off center, more towards the top, which is funny for a round bead because when you line them up on a strand, it makes them appear to be dancing back and forth. And that's not the official name, but I've seen a lot of people call them that. I see them particularly in pearls. People will call them dancing pearls, but they're dancing beads. I adore this whole strand. Like, can we just do that? Like maybe that's cheating, but gosh, those are awesome. And there's enough there for me to have a whole bracelet because I have a little teeny beanie wrist. Oh, I wonder what these would look like hand knotted. I don't think I've ever hand knotted dancing beads before. Okay, so it goes beautifully with the tiger's eye. So look, we've got some chips here. We've got a whole strand of tiger eye chips. And she knows I struggle with chips too. Like, she knows me so well. She sent me yellow. She sent me chips. She knows that I'm like, this is definitely this is stumping material. Definitely stumping material. So should I open this? Yeah, I'm gonna open this part first and then we'll look at the rest of the beads in the bag. Oh, this feels like a pendant, maybe. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Like, she just did all the hard work for me. It's already ready. The only thing is this guy he's not drilled. So he either needs to be wire wrapped or maybe glue a bail to, I think I have some of those around here. I could grab those. But how beautiful is that? Joan. Why didn't you turn this into something gorgeous? Like, look, that's already ready already. I'm loving that. So pretty. Okay, I gotta set this over to the side because we're still not done. So, okay. Orange. Yep. Also in that family of things. Oh, but you know what? Also in a family of things I have a hard time working with. But remember this guy? And I was like, well, he goes with the yellow, but like with the pops of orange in there, like it all goes together. Now that's some trickery. She's hiding some things in kit 2 that could go with kit 1. She's a tricky one. All right, so we've still got a little bit more here. So there's a little bag of metal beads. So I'm gonna dump those out. So it looks like some copper and some little silver with yellow patina. Those are really cool. Those will go with this too. I'm really feeling the orange and the yellow, which is so weird because that's so outside of my comfort zone. But like, look at this. This is a thing. This is happening. This is happening today. Okay. One more bag of goodies. I'm in love with that. That is gorgeous. This is like a raspberry colored agate. Oh, so pretty. I'm getting everybody's goodies. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I still have a huge thing of stuff left over that Ginger sent me. And I'm like, I feel like I need to send it back so she can make beautiful things with it. I tried, but she wouldn't let me. She's like, no, I sent that to you. Oh, gosh. That's interesting. Look at that. Joan, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That's crazy cool. Look at this little guy. He's front drilled. How cute, Patoot. Oh, okay. This is so hard because this definitely goes together. Yeah, Joan, send everybody a box. This definitely, like, this is screaming that it needs to exist together. And there are other things that want to live in this little world here somehow. Like even these guys. I don't know. That guy. And the jasper. Oh gosh. And then we have all of the color. Okay, so, oh gosh, this is hard. This is hard. Okay. I'm thinking we're going to start with this and then we'll just see what happens because I want to use these and I want to use this. This is hard. I need another bead mat. Let me see if I can grab another bead mat. So I'm stepping away for just a second. I'm not leaving. Oh, and I'm grabbing some hammers. Okay. So, this is really hard. All right, I'm going to scooch this guy over here just because I don't want to work on top of that. And we'll work here on a totally different color blue. That's weird. Okay. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of decide. I'm feeling this. What do you guys think? Like, I really am kind of, this has got me thinking, and then mixing in these. I'm not sure if I want to knot these. I've got some B-lawn, which is kind of like what this is on already. I don't know, but we're going to start here. Okay, let's start here. What we're going to do is I'm going to grab the block. And we're going to whack on this guy a little bit. So I got a couple of hammers here. I've got just my regular ball end chasing hammer. I have two custom hammers. Check these out. So these were custom designed just for me. I'm thinking this, maybe this. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, do you see that? Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay. This is going to need some patina or something. Look how awesome that is. Yep. Can you see that texture that's coming up there? Love, 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 love. All right, let's mix it up a little bit too. Let's add, I love all kinds of texture, so. That's a little small, but it doesn't matter because it's awesome. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. I'm loving that. Oh, that's hurting my ears. I am so sorry, you guys. That's awesome. Look at the texture on that. Oh, it's like the surface of the moon. I love it. Love, 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 love. Oh, that's super cool. Okay, okay, okay. I could keep, I gotta stop saying okay. I've done that a lot today. I could keep going with this, but I don't want to spend all day. So let's grab our block here, our reliefing block. See how that brings the shine just like really fast? I don't know if I want to add patina to this or not, actually. I think I just want to leave that beautiful texture. Yeah, my kids do. They're all, especially my son. I feel like I just woke him up. So he's probably not real happy with me at the moment. His room is right next to mine. Look at that shine. So that just brings all of that, all of the recess stays that dark, but then this brings that shine of the brass that's all up towards the top. Dang, that's pretty. I don't think that needs patina. I think it needs to just stay like it is. What do you guys think? I think it looks good just like that. Like, I'm loving that. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I could do the back too, but I'm not. I think I'm going to leave it just like it is, at least for now. Okay. Because I don't want to keep you guys here all day. But we are here to put some jewelry together on the fly, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to grab, let's see, what's behind me here? I'm going to grab some artistic, no. I'm going to grab some German style in antique brass to go with our brass here. Okay. And just need a little bit of this. We're gonna do a little wire wrapping here. So I'm going to cut some of that. And let's see, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to wire wrap to this guy. Gosh, that's a little tiny hole. That scares me a little bit. I'm a little worried, but okay. So I'm just going to take my two ends and crisscross. We're just going to treat this like a, because I could do a jump ring here if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm going to bend this guy. So I do have a little, it's more like a little teardrop than a triangle, but it'll do. That'll do. Okay, wire wrap around here, and let's do the platform wrap. Let's not, so the platform, I make like a little base by creating, instead of doing the wire wraps up or down, I do more of a flat spiral for the wire wrapping, so that when I drop a bead down, it's going to sit on the top of the spiral instead of on top of the wire wraps. Like, you know what I mean. We've done this a couple of times. It's not something I use a whole lot, but I do like it. So, all right. So I just kind of spin that around, and you can see it just creates like a little platform, right? With my wraps, instead of wrapping up or wrapping down, I wrapped outwards. Then I can kind of flatten that with my pliers. Okay, I'm going to trim this off. And we'll drop a bead on top of that. So it'll just sit right on top like that. So I've given a bead that has sort of a large base. I've given it more of a substantial little place to sit. The only thing is that I don't like where I cut that wire. I'm going to cut it back here to the back instead. There we go. That'll make me happier. There, now that cut is on the back and you won't see it. Okay, so should I do another wrap before I put this guy on there? Yeah, I think I will. All right, so I'm gonna wrap between the beads, and now I'm trying to think. What do I want to do? Decisions. I think I want these separate from each other. I think that's what I want. So I'm gonna do a loop here. Seems like the design on the flies are really busy. Like, we have a big crowd, and that makes me so nervous. Everybody shows up to see if I do a good job or if I just totally mess up. So, a little messy wrap with that. That's a bigger loop than I intended. That's okay. We'll go with it. Totally fine. Totally fine. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll all work out. Okay, now what I'm thinking is I don't think I want wire. This is why I wanted to keep these two separate, because I don't think I want wire going through this guy. What I think I want is some knotting cord to go through this. Let's see what I've got here. So I have this whole container of it's Eslon, I believe. I think that's way too bright. Or should I just go with silk? Maybe I should just do silk with this, and I don't know. What do you guys think? So what I'm thinking is I'm going to go with this. And it might be completely ugly, but I don't know. I don't have a lot of other choices that I can get to. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out a long bit of this, and I'm actually going to, I think I'm gonna get a lot of this, and then maybe 3 lengths of this. I'm gonna try to keep this as simple as I can. So I've cut a really long length of the yellow. I'm going to cut 2 more, the same length. Okay. And I could probably have done this with hemp instead, and it would have looked a little bit more natural. This yellow might be a little much, but I don't know. Go big or go home with the yellow, I guess, because it's such a strange color for me to use. All right, we're going to make one more length. Because I'm thinking I'm going to tie just some easy knots. Or at least that's what the plan is. Accidentally cut that one the wrong length. That's all right. Okay, so here's what we've got. We've got 3 lengths of the B-lawn, or S-lawn, I'm sorry. And I need to get this bead on here. I'm going to grab a needle. Do I have a needle I can use? Maybe. I need a large eye needle. I keep my needles in a wine glass. I think this one's a large eye. All right, that'll do. So I'm going to take a large eye needle, and I'm going to take my 3 strands of this nylon cord, if I can open the eye of this needle. So I'm going to thread just like that, okay? How do I want to do this? I'm stressing. All right, I'm going to find the middle. As close to the middle as I can get, I guess. Monkey. Okay, we might have to... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. And the crowd is silent. I don't know if this is going to work. I just want to pull. Oh no, I broke the needle. Dang it. That's too much cord to go through there. Muffins! What am I gonna do? It almost went. Look how far that went in there. Okay. Don't watch. I'm not bee dreaming without water. Nobody sees this happening. It's just a dream. It's not really happening. Avert your eyes. Never, ever bee dream without water. Unless you're designing on the fly. You have no choice. Okay. Okay, I need another needle. I'm gonna break another large eye needle, and then we're not gonna have any more options. I have an idea though, and I want this to work, so by golly, we're gonna make it work. All right. So what I want, I'm gonna have to rewire wrap this. That's okay. So I want this cord. I want this to go through there. I really, really do. Come on. Please be kind. Please be kind. You know you want to fit. It really doesn't want to. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nope, broke another needle. Ugh. Muffins. Okay. And I broke the cord. And that's just a sign to me that we need to move on with our idea. I think 2 of these cords will go through there. Dang, that's not what I wanted though. Oh well. So even though my needle is broken, I can still use it to do what I want by just using the other end. Okay, this time I'm going to try with 2 instead of 1. Oh no, that's probably not going to work. I don't know. So I'm going to take the broken end, thread it through. Of course, 2 is going to work just fine. Yeah, of course. I wonder if I went behind this with 1. I don't know. I'm just like talking to myself. Yeah, it's needle murder. Shh. No, you didn't see it happen. That didn't happen at all. It's just a figment of your imagination. You also did not see me ream a bead without water. That did not happen. I don't think this is going to work, but we're going to try just one more time because I refuse to give up on having 3 strands going through this bead. Nope, not gonna work. Okay, 2 it is. 2 it is. We'll deal. We'll deal. So here's what I want. I'm gonna trim this off. We're gonna do the wire wrap again because what I'm going for is everything being connected here. So what I want is, I'll show you. I want to take my wire through this guy just like we were doing before. Okay. So, gonna do that. And again, I'm gonna just build a little wire wrapped little tabletop, or, you know, a little platform, if you will, for our bead. Okay. So I'm wire wrapping out to create a spiral. Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to come in with my cutter tool. I'm sorry, I know you can't see that. Come in with my cutter tool, trim that off. We're going to thread the bead back on that we had. Now when we wire wrap, which we're going to do right here at the top, I'm going to start the wire wrap like so. And now before I wire wrap, I'm going to take this and hook it here. Okay. So, hold on. I didn't. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this down to snug that up. I'll snug it up some more here in just a second, but I got to do the wire wrapping first. Yes, there is an easier way to do this, but remember, we're designing on the fly. So I really am literally just kind of coming up with this as I go. Okay. So yes, there are easier ways to do this. I'm definitely probably going around my elbow to get to my ear with this, but, you know, everybody's design process thinking is a little different, and under pressure, you do weird things. Okay. All right. So pull that down nice and snug. So what does that mean? It means that everything is secure. There are no jump rings here. I don't have to worry about, you know, I don't have to worry about anything coming undone. I've got nice little connections. Just trying to flatten that out a little bit. Okay. So now I can come up here and take my strands apart and separate them out. And they are definitely not even. So I need to try to even them up a little bit so that I have an even amount on both sides. And that's just because I didn't thread on directly in the middle because we were fighting with those needles, right? So it's all good. Okay, that's a little bit more even. All right, so I'm going to take 2 strands to one side and 2 strands to the other side, and we can start building our necklace here. And cross our fingers that we don't need any needles on the end of these to get through these beads. But if we do, that's okay. That's all right. I'm assuming, though, because these were already on some nylon cord, that they will hopefully not fight with us too much. And I've got these orange beads as well. So let me show you what I was thinking. I'm thinking that I'm going to kind of alternate here. So on one strand, we're going to start over here on the left. On one strand, I'm going to put one of our gemstone beads. Yeah, those go on really easily. That was lucky because this could have been an even bigger struggle. And an orange bead. On the other strand, whoops. Okay. Drop that down. And now I just want to tie an overhanded knot. Like, we're going to keep this easy. Keep this easy. So my hands are shaking. I'm so nervous. I never get nervous with lives, and this has just really gotten me all out of sorts. All right, so I'm just going to secure that knot. Okay, so I've got 2 beads, and I'm just going to keep going like that up one side of the necklace, and then we'll do the other side of the necklace. So an orange bead on one strand. If I would stop shaking. Oh my goodness, that's funny. That's funny. Never get nervous, and here I am. I'm like so scared. Okay, and again, I'm going to tie another overhanded knot. I am totally human. I never claim to be anything other than just plain old me. Yep. It's funny though, because I really like, nerves are not something that I have to deal with a lot. Like, I've been really fortunate in that, like, speaking in front of a crowd, things like that just do not bother me at all. Whereas other people would rather go to the dentist, right? I would rather speak in front of a crowd than go to the dentist. But occasionally the nerves will creep in, especially when I'm like trying to do a good job. Today is one of those days. All right, so how are you guys feeling about this? Like, this was not exactly what I wanted. So what I had originally envisioned was that we would have 3 strands instead of 2. So that, excuse me, so that I would have 6 cords coming out of our focal here, and I would have groupings of 3 beads instead of just groupings of 2. I just wanted a little bit fuller beaded section, but the 2 is going to work just fine. I can't afford to murder any more needles. But this is a super, super easy way. If you don't have a ton of beads, but you still want to use them, doing this kind of knotting right, where you're just using your beads kind of sparingly, is a really, really good way to show off beads that you love, but maybe you don't have enough to straight string them, right? Because sometimes your gemstone strands in particular, or your Swarovski crystals, especially nowadays, because Swarovski is such a hot commodity to get, you may only have a handful of them, and you still want to use them in the length of a design. This is a good way to do it, because you're creating space here and kind of getting the most out of your beads without straight stringing them. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a nice alternative to filling up space with extra beads, because sometimes when you do that, the beads that you really love kind of get lost in the design, you know? I'm not a huge fan of this yellow cord. I'm having second thoughts about the yellow, but it works. It's okay. It's just not my favorite, because yellow is not my favorite. Wanda, you crack me up. Oh my gosh. So the one thing about this, though, is that unfortunately my cords are a little shorter than what I had anticipated. What I had originally envisioned for this, as we were murdering our needle, was I was thinking, like, if I had 3 cords giving us our bundles, and then it could be really long, and then you could almost use it as a wrap. Like you could double layer it if you wanted to, go around your head with it. That's just not going to be the case here, because I ended up having to cut those cords in half just to save some time, because I didn't want you guys to have to sit here forever while I figured out what I was going to do with myself. But doing a really, really long strand of this would give you a really cool double layer, right? Let's see, there was a question. Jessica says, I bought some Griffin cord, but I don't have a knotter tool. Can I hand knot it like this? Yeah, you absolutely can hand knot it like this. There are no rules, you guys. The Griffin silk, you can treat it however you want to. As a matter of fact, just to kind of drive that point home, I recently did a class, a virtual Michaels class, where we did a bracelet that was a macrame bracelet, and I actually used the silk cord to macrame with. So you can do, you can do whatever you want to with your silk cord. There are no rules that say you have to use your hand knotter tool to do it. This makes a really beautiful, with your silk and your gemstone beads, makes a really beautiful necklace. So yeah, you don't feel like you've got to have the tools to do something specific. You really don't. You got a lot of options. All right. So we're just going along here. When I get to the end of the strand, I want to leave myself I don't want a lot, but I want to be sure that I've got enough to kind of decide, since we are doing this on the fly, I didn't really think all the way through, but if you're going to recreate something like this on your own, you want to decide ahead of time how you're going to finish your strand. So take that into consideration when it comes to how much of this cord on each side you're going to leave. Because if you need to tie to something else, you need to take into consideration that it does take, a little bit of cord to make your knots and things like that. So don't work yourself all the way up to the very, very end of this stuff, depending on what kind of clasp, or if you're going to transition into another stringing material, which I considered, but I need to look and see what the length of this is going to be. I always kind of go to leather, or, a thicker cord, or maybe a chain if I need to add length to this, but I don't know. This may end up just being a short necklace. So I think what I'll probably do is I'm going to use a bead tip at the end of this, which I very rarely use, but is going to give me an option to add, a clasp to this instead of having to tie a whole bunch of knots. So I'll show you that part. I think that'll be a a good finisher for this. And of course, that's not the only way you can finish this off. I'm just giving you, you know, what I'm thinking on the fly. Yeah, brown leather would look beautiful with this. It really, really would. And if I feel like I need to go back in, and actually using the bead tip is going to give me a ton of opportunities, because what that'll do, it'll give me a little ring where I can add a jump ring. And at that point, I can add length or I can add a clasp and call it a day. So that will open up. I do have to get up to get one of those. So I'm going to do that here in just a second. So I'm going to tie one more. No, I think I'll do one more little set of beads after this one. And then I'll grab the bead tip to show you. Okay. So I'm going to tie one more knot here. Okay. And let's look at how much I have left. So I have a little more than 4 inches here of the cord to work with. So let me grab a bead tip. And let's see. So I'm calling these bead tips, but you guys have heard me refer to them as clamshells because that's what they look like. So I'm going to grab, I've got a couple of different kinds. I'm going to grab the one with the little hook on the end. See this guy? I'm gonna take one of those, and I want to trim that off so they're both about the same length, and I want to thread these both on. I may have to use a needle here. Hold your breath. Oh, they both went through. Hooray. Oh, no, one of them came out. All right, come on now. I'm going to try to coax the other strand through there by kind of pulling that first strand out of the way. And if all else fails, you can use a little DNA. Right? You just spit on the end of that cord. I don't really recommend doing that, but you know. Come on, you can go through there. I know you can. I see you. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It was so close. Did you see that? So we're going to try one more time. You can do it. Give it a little pep talk. Come on. So if I were planning this in advance, what I would do here is I would have pre-hardened the end of my S-Lawn with you know, some clear nail polish, some glue, something like that to stiffen up the end here, and that would help me to use it more like a needle, right? Then it would very easily go through the end, or I'm sorry, the hole on this little bead tip, which is very, very small. So it's perfect for one strand. It's just getting the 2 strands through there that is a little tricky, but it'll work. There we go. If it would just stay long enough for me to grab it with some pliers. It is going to fray at the end. It's okay. As long as it goes through there, I don't care if it frays or not. All right, there we go. Hooray, we did it. Okay, so I've got the bead tip on there. Now I need to tie another knot. Yeah, Nancy's right. Cutting the ends at an angle definitely helps as well. It really does help though if you'll stiffen up the end. So sometimes what I even do is if I know in advance I'm going to be using some of this little nylon cord, I'll take some super glue. I'll show you. I'll take my super glue and take the end and just dip it down into the super glue. This one's not going to fit. I haven't pre-cut this. This is brand new. I would never get it in there anyway. But I'll take the end and just stick it in there and then pull it out so it's got a layer of super glue on it, and then let it air dry, and it'll air dry nice and stiff like a needle. But that's if I'm planning ahead. And of course, we weren't really planning ahead here. So, all right. Now what I need to do is tie another knot so that I can close it up inside this clamshell. And that's tricky because I need this knot to be really, really close. So I'm going to grab a beading awl and stick it in my loop here, and then pull my knot closed around the beading awl. Unfortunately, I'm hooking around the bead tip little clamshell here. I don't want it to do that. That is going to help me pull that knot down where I need it to be. So I'm actually knotting up against the beading awl. And then once you get it pulled really, really tight where you need it to go, you can just slip the beading awl out and cinch down that knot. Now you can see that knot's perfectly placed. It's going to be able to close up. But without this, I would have really struggled with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my messy Hypo Cement. This tube has seen better days, and I'm going to put some glue on one side of the clamshell. It's almost dried up, and on my knot as well. Shaking because I'm squeezing it hard, not because I'm that nervous this time. Just so everybody knows. Okay. Now I'm going to close the clamshell over that knot. You can go ahead and trim if you want to. I tend to trim my cord after I've gotten it closed. So I'll close it down with my fingers, and then I come in with my pliers and squeeze it a little bit, and then I'll come in and trim off the little excess that's hanging out the side of the bead tip here. So that's gone. That glue is going to dry inside there, and it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to hold that knot together, and it's also going to glue it to the inside of the clamshell and help hold that clamshell closed, which is definitely what we want. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to create a loop out of this little hook here, just grabbing it right at the tip, and I'm just going to roll it into a loop. And I do a really, really small, tiny little loop here. Now, what I have is a transition point. So here I can either add a jump ring and a clasp, or I can add a jump ring and then move on to a different stringing material for length. So I can either add some chain here, I can add some leather here, I can really extend the entire length of the piece. Or I can just call it a day. So what we've got, let's grab my ruler here. Let's take a look. I won't make you guys stick around for the entire rest of the necklace, but I will show you a picture of it when we get finished. So from the center of our necklace to the top here, we've got 13 inches. So 13 plus 13 is 26. So if I stop now and go ahead and add a clasp to this and I finish off the other side, we're going to end up with a 26-inch necklace, which is a pretty good size, or, you know, a pretty good length for a necklace, but maybe a little short for some people, and they may want to add length to this. So, you know, they may want to add cord or, you know, different cord or leather. to this. I'm going to turn you guys around because I know we've been here for a while now. It's been over an hour. I'm going to do the other side of this necklace away from you guys, and then I'll post a picture of the finished piece so that you can see it. But I think you get the idea. So what we will end up with is we'll have this beautiful centerpiece here, and I'll put it on the bust even though it's not finished. We have this beautiful centerpiece, and then we'll have these beads knotted up for the length on either side. I think it's really going to turn out beautifully at the end. So let me turn you guys around. This has been so scary. It's been so scary. All right, so let me just hold it up and we'll kind of, I've only got, like I said, one side finished. We'll just kind of have to envision what the other side would be finished. But you'll get an idea of kind of what this is going to look like. You just have to use your imagination a little bit because obviously this isn't the finished product. But so you can see we would go up the other side doing the exact same thing. So this side is going to end up looking just like this side, right? And we've brought out the yellow and the orange from this focal that we have. And then from the focal, the texture that is there, we have brought into the brass piece as well. So it all really kind of flows together. We're playing off of this center bead here. This was the jumping off point. I know it seemed like this was going to be the jumping off point. I knew I wanted to include this, but as far as color and texture, I didn't really make that decision until I got to this. So this is really kind of what sparked the rest of it. I've got to draw the colors from here and I've got to draw that texture from there and find out ways to bring that into the top and the bottom of the design to give it balance. Wow, look at me being impressive today. Check out the big brain on Sara. Oh my goodness. So that's kind of, I'm just giving you an idea because that's really kind of how people like to know. That's why you like to watch Designs on the Fly, for those of you who like to, that enjoy this kind of thing, because it's interesting to me to see where other people, like where that happens in their brain. Like, what are they looking at and then jumping off from? What's their point of you know, of design from, and my point of design was from this bead right here. So that doesn't mean that's going to be your point of design. Maybe you see the texture first and you build from there, but it's interesting nonetheless to kind of see different people's thinking process when it comes to putting jewelry together, because it might help you to think outside of your normal box of thinking, particularly if you get designer, you know, designer block, which a lot of us struggle with. So hopefully these kinds of design on the fly videos are going to help with that kind of thing. I don't know that I'm necessarily inspiring you so much as I am trying to show you, you know, different ways of seeing things when you look at your beads, because I don't know that when Joan put this box together, that's what she had in mind. I'm sure that she either saw something completely different or didn't know at all what to do with what she had put in the box. So, I imagine that given the same beads to, if I gave them back to her, or if I passed these beads on to somebody else, they would come up with something completely different. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing to me. So, all right. Wow, that was fun. I got chill bumps. I got chill bumps. I don't know why. This has been very, very stressful. So I think at this point, I'm just kind of like relieved that I actually came up with something that doesn't look like a hot mess. And that you guys stuck around to see it. So I appreciate it. I'm going to finish this and I'm going to take some pictures of it so that you can see what it looks like finished. I think that the finished piece will definitely be very, very pretty and probably end up in my Etsy shop because this color combination is really great for spring and summer. So all right, guys, have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. Just a couple of notes. Don't forget to sign up for the text messaging if you want to. Tomorrow, everybody, is Feel Good Friday, and I am so excited to show you guys the kits for tomorrow. Oh, they're so good. They're so springy and fun and just, you're going to love them. I can't wait for you to see them. So, yes, have a wonderful rest of the afternoon, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for another fun Feel Good Friday. Have a great rest of the day. Bye, guys.